Hi, this is John again for Outstanding Poker. This is a video that's going to feature a little bit of maths, so I hope that doesn't scare you too much. And it's the maths behind making a river call. This is the equation here, which looks pretty complicated, but after you've done a few river calculations a few times, it starts to get a lot more simpler. So I'll just run through it. You've got EV, which is obviously expected value. Got this minus L, which is your maximum loss, which is actually just the cost of the river call. And then alongside that, you times that by the villain's equity, because obviously that's going to be the amount of times that you're losing versus the villain's range. So that's going to tell you how much you're going to be losing when you're making this call. And then the second part of the equation will deal with the amount of times you actually win the hand and how much you win then. So the W is the maximum win, which is the money in the pot before we make our call. You don't include sorry. You don't include the amount of money that you're going to be calling in this equation. And then the H is the hero's equity. So we'll find out, how often we're going to win and then how much we're going to win. Then you add them both together and you see if the call is going to be plus or minus EV. So I'll bring in a Hold'em Manager 2 now and we'll look for some hands where I've had to make a river call. We'll be going into the filters. I've done a video already on the filters. I'm going to be loading up a filter, open a save filter. And it's this one here, which basically means pre-flop raise, continuation bet, turn continuation bet, and saw river filter. So I'll click on that and open it. And here is the filters that's loaded up, which I basically did from the advanced filters. As you can see here, these are all the filters that I've loaded up. I loaded up pre-flop raise, flop continuation bet made, turn continuation bet made, and saw river. I had to put in saw river because I didn't want to include all the hands where I'd made a turn continuation bet and my opponents had just folded. And all these applied filters here were taken from all the list of filters that's here, and then I just saved them using that there and then just reload it up because it's a kind of the filter that I will be using fairly regularly. So let's just try and find the hand that I'm intending to use. This is the one here. I think I've marked it as a video hand. Okay. I'll open up this, slide it across. I'll just run through the hand quickly so you can see exactly what happened. I raised from middle position with pocket jacks. Standard pre-flop raise. I've wrote some streaming notes at the bottom here. My opponent is in the small blind and he calls and he's calling really wide, as you can see by his 47-6 stats, but he's calling an open raise from the small blind 50%. It's a hand sample of 416, so it's still only a small sample, but obviously he's playing way too many hands from the blinds. So we're happy when he calls and we have position on him, and that's a pretty good flop for jacks. As you all know, jacks can be a bit of a nightmare to play, so he checks and we make our standard continuation bet. The bet size is okay, but I actually think against a play like this, who's going to show down 23% of the time, that's not too bad, I suppose. But if he's going to call 3 here, I think he's probably going to call 3.5, almost definitely. If he has any kind of draw, even a gut shot, anything like that, he's going to call. So I can definitely bet 350 here, maybe even 4 actually. And he calls. The turn is another card which connects with the board. But obviously this guy, if he's hit the 8, is going to be calling down 3 streets. So we can't just slow down because of this card. We must keep betting. And he could have pocket 9s, he could have pocket 10s. Looking at his 3 betting range, and from the blinds he's only 3 betting ace king